Welcome to Galatians. Over the next 3 days, of course, you can read it faster if you like, but I'll be putting these over 3-day periods, chapter 1 and 2, then 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6. For the next 3 days, we're going to see the Apostle Paul be about as intense as he ever gets. Usually he starts his letters, grace and peace to you and you and you. And he does do a bit of that here. But in verse 6, he goes really right out of the gate with, I am amazed that you are so quickly turning away from him who called you by the grace of God and turning to a different gospel. He's upset here. What's going on? What's going on in Galatians is that there was a group of people who came in to this church and said, yeah, you heard that you're just saved by grace, but what you really need to do is you need to practice circumcision. You need to practice the dietary restrictions of the Old Testament. So it's sure God's grace plus these works. And Paul is saying, no, no, no. You are saved by grace, not by the things you do, but by the thing that Christ did for you, which is he died on the cross for you. You're saved by grace through faith, as you read, if you've read Ephesians, if you were with us while we were going through Ephesians, grace through faith. And this is not your work. This is a gift from God. He then goes and kind of tells his biography. He's saying, I didn't get this ministry of an apostle from human origin. God gave this to me. Yeah, I was a hotshot in Judaism, but that means nothing to me now. He's not doing away with all his ethnicity, but he is saying, this is not how I'm saved. I am saved by the work of Jesus Christ. And so he even addresses Peter in chapter 2, verse 11. He says Cephas, which is, that's just Peter. A lot of people have two names in the Bible, don't they? So he says, when Cephas came to Antioch, Peter, I opposed him to his face because he stood condemned. This is another apostle that Paul is opposing to his face. This was Jesus's disciple who took the earliest leadership in the church, and Paul is opposing Peter. Why? Because when Peter came into town, he was eating with Gentiles. Remember, Gentiles just mean nations. All that means is non-Jewish people. He's eating with Gentiles. But then when these people come in who are saying the Gentiles must act like Jews, Peter stops eating with them. They go back, white table, black table. And Paul says that that is contrary to the gospel. Jesus came to tear down the dividing wall of hostility. We're not saved by our ethnicity. We're not saved by circumcision or any other religious ceremony. We are saved by faith in what Jesus has done for us. And any message to the contrary got the Apostle Paul heated. Are you saved by what you do or what Jesus has done for you? Choose the latter, because the work of Jesus Christ for you is the only means of salvation.